Of course, just as I start the video, dog number 2, Louie, just got down from the couch. I hope he doesn't bother us. Hi. Hello. I had to powder my nose because I cried a big cry this morning. And I believe that possibly the last time we talked, I had a big cry too. Well, let me tell you, I'm a bit of a crier, but I haven't cried big in weeks. But I think this is a good point that crying, if you can, some people have trouble, but it's just a sign that I have quieted myself long enough to feel what's really going on in my soul. And so often when I do that, then I feel like sharing something. But anyway, Craig and I are on day, I tried to do the math. I think it's 100 a day, 117 of living out of a suitcase. It has been taxing. I hate to, feel sorry for us at all because for anybody who doesn't have a true home, we are in the best situation possible. I guess I've said that in past videos where we're in this beautiful, beautiful setting. And I've come to realize what we're living in is now known as a barn dominium. But anyway, our dear friends are right nearby. They have this beautiful new place and it's on beautiful grounds. So, but we're transient. Do you know how much we humans are made for a home? That is what I want to say. We have had a house that we commute to every day to check on and do work on, but we don't live there. It's not our home. It doesn't welcome us in and nurture us. We go there and it doesn't nurture us. We are trying to help the poor thing be prepared for us. It's poor because it has, since the last owners lived in it, it's gotten a bit torn up and it's not livable. So, which is exciting. There's the exciting part, of course. We are renovating a kitchen and that kind of thing. So, but I will tell you, without normal rhythms of life and without a place that is your true home. Look, I keep thinking in my brain, well, what are other people going through? Where are they not at home? And I can't really do that. I'll just tell what it is like for me. So this morning, I just let myself feel that and how much it's been dragging me down. And Craig and I have been very aware that we are weary. That's the word we have used most commonly, weary of transition. And so I've asked the Lord, why? What? We didn't know this is what we were facing. We thought that we were going to find a home, a house that we could move into pretty quickly. We thought we would do a little bit of work, but when we got into this home, it's a lovely, special house because it's a historic home in a historic district. And it just was ready again for updates. It needed it in order to not just start breaking down, you know? So the more you do, the more you realize you should do. And especially when we wanted to help the house, help it be strong and sturdy and in good shape. So anyway, it's become a major project. And in the meantime, we're transient and we're living out of suitcases. And I have to cry every now and then. Sorry. I laugh because I cry when I'm in a home too. It's my spiritual language. And I would like to recommend that all of you try to cry. Try to cry. So the whole deal is we need rhythms of quiet. What I mean by quiet is hang on, Craig's calling. How do I do this? Goodbye. Okay, so Craig is meeting with the electrician and he had to ask me another question. So this is how it goes, guys. It's constant. So renovation is not for the faint of heart. So most of life, it is challenging for finding that quiet space, quieting all this noise out here. No matter what season of life you're in, it can be difficult. Even if you are in retirement and you live alone or you live with a spouse, there's lots of noise in our heads, and there's lots of noise if you turn on the news. There's lots of noise of if you're used to just having chores call your name or whatever. But learning to sit and stay for a while. So I find that if I sit for 20 minutes, I'm not going to really quiet my soul, find out where God is wanting to speak to me. I mean, sometimes in His grace, He, gives you just what you need because that's all the time you have, and that's going to be a lot of the days. But every so often, try to find a time, even if it's up in the middle of the night, and you might have a tired day the next day, it'll be worth it to pull everything quiet. And what I do is usually have like a short stanza of a psalm or something. But then you have to start just sort of word vomiting on a page. I don't care if you're not a writer. I don't care if you're not a journaler. You gotta do this. So either you gotta just like it's not trying to think and write. It's trying to just flow. Where and if you can't think of anything, I can't think of anything. And you just keep writing and talk about. So what I did today was I talked about where I was sitting and what it was like in the room where I was and what we did yesterday and all this, irritating stuff started coming out. And then I said, okay, but where were you showing me you were with us, Lord? But it's more, you don't even get too you want to you're trying to move from your left brain to your right brain. Really, because the left brain doesn't really help you experience. It's thinking about things. But is that all you want with God? Don't you want to encounter God? And I have come to believe that you've got to shift into a different part of your brain to experience anything. And so, word vomiting, you can get to where you suddenly are getting at some of this stuff that's been churning inside your soul. And so that's what I did this morning. And I cried. And I encountered God. God encountered me. He was there waiting for me. So I encourage you to do that. And what I found that was just churning in my soul was this deep, deep desire for God, for Him who is my true home. You know, it feels like, and I also, well, it feels like I want to be back in my old home, because that's the last place where I belonged for real, you know, not in a suitcase, and so not out of a suitcase. And I did legitimately need to grieve our home. And that was a blessing. But I also have felt like, Lord, why? Why are you keeping us in this long, long, long ongoing transition? And I do feel like He has been at least one thing prompting me and saying, I am your home, Jamie. I am home. So I keep, when I feel this, I just want to be settled, I try to tap back into that. Oh, wait, I have what I long for right now. God is my home, and He said He would never leave me. So He's with me. So that is not to discount that He put inside us a need to have a space, familiar surroundings that we walk into, and gratefully, when we walk into our barn dominium, we feel that to a large degree, like we can let down, there's some familiarity, and we're grateful for that. But so where do you feel like is your home? And even inside your house, do you have maybe a space where you can find God as your true home? The thing you really, really long for, the thing you're made for. I hope to talk to you again soon, guys. Love you all. See you soon. Talk to me if you want to in the comments. That would be fun.